Nobody saw this coming. Mauricio Pochettino was asked the biggest question after the USA's round of 32 match against Belgium. Why did Balogun start after getting sent off against Bosnia? His answer surprised everyone, and there's one part you need to hear until the end. After the match, USA head coach Mauricio Pochettino faced questions from reporters about his decision to start Folarin Balogun, even after the striker received a red card in the previous game against Bosnia. Pochettino made it clear that he never doubted Balogun's quality. He explained that every player can make mistakes, but what matters most is how they respond afterward. The coach said Balogun worked hard in training, stayed mentally strong, and showed the right attitude every single day leading up to this match. Pochettino also praised the striker's professionalism, saying the team believed he deserved another opportunity because of his commitment and determination. He added that football is about trust, and sometimes a coach has to stand behind his players, especially after difficult moments. According to Pochettino, giving Balogun another chance was about believing in the person, not just the player. He finished by saying that the squad remains united, and everyone is fighting together for one goal, making a deep run in the World Cup. Now it's your turn. Do you think Pochettino made the right decision by bringing Balogun back into the starting lineup after that red card, 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 after that red card? That stayed in his mind. He said from the tunnel, all he could do was watch his teammates suffer, watch them fight, and watch them try to survive with 10 men. He said every minute felt longer than the last. Every attack from Bosnia felt dangerous, and every second felt like the USA could lose everything. That made him realize how important discipline is at this level. He said the World Cup is unforgiving. One bad decision, one emotional moment, and everything can change. Balogun also praised the squad for staying strong after his sending off.
Balogun also talked about the conversations he had with his teammates after the match. He said the first thing he did was apologize. Not because someone forced him to, but because he knew he had let the team down. He said in a World Cup match like this, every player has a responsibility. And when you leave your team with 10 men, that responsibility becomes even heavier. But what surprised him most was the reaction from his teammates. He said nobody attacked him. Nobody blamed him. Instead, they told him to stay focused, to stay strong, and to learn from it. That support meant everything to him. Because in moments like that, when emotions are high and guilt is heavy, having your team behind you.
Balogun also opened up about the mental pressure he's been carrying in this tournament. He said representing the USA on the biggest stage in football is something he dreamed of for years. But he admitted the pressure is bigger than anything he ever imagined. Millions of fans watching, the entire country expecting, and every single move being judged. He said moments like the red card can make that pressure feel even heavier, because suddenly everything changes. The headlines, the criticism, the questions. He said after the match, he spent hours replaying the moment in his head, thinking about what he could have done differently, thinking about how one decision changed the entire game. And according to him, that's the hardest part. Not the punishment, not the suspension, but knowing your teammates had to suffer because of your mistake. Balogun said that pain is something he will carry with him. But he also believes pain can make you stronger. He said the best players in the world all go through difficult moments. Moments where they fail. Moments where they make mistakes. But what matters is how they respond. That's what he's focused on now. The response. He wants to prove to the fans, to his...
Balogun also admitted that this moment could become one of the biggest turning points of his career. He said when you make a mistake on the biggest stage in football, the whole world sees it. The fans see it. The media talks about it. And the pressure becomes even heavier. He said after the red card, his phone was full of messages. Some supporting him, some criticizing him, and some questioning if he let the country down. Balogun said reading those messages was difficult because deep down, he already knew how serious the situation was. He didn't need anyone to remind him. He felt it himself. He said sitting alone after the match, replaying everything in his head.
Balogun also spoke about how this moment changed the way he sees the World Cup. He said before this game, everything felt exciting. The atmosphere, the fans, the dream of going all the way. But after the red card, he said he saw the darker side of football. The pressure, the responsibility, and how one small moment can turn into a massive disaster. He admitted that when he got sent off, the first thing that came into his mind was fear. Not fear for himself, but fear for his teammates. Because he knew they still had to survive with 10 men. And at this stage of the tournament, that can destroy everything. Balogun said those minutes felt endless. Watching from the tunnel, listening to the crowd, hearing every reaction.
Balogun also said this moment made him understand something very important about football at the highest level. He said talent can take you far, but discipline keeps you there. He admitted that in the heat of the moment, he forgot that. For just a few seconds, emotion took over. And in the World Cup, a few seconds can change everything. He said when he sat in the locker room after the red card, he kept asking himself the same question. Why did I react like that? Why did I let the pressure control me? And he said those questions are still in his mind. Because when you wear the USA shirt, every decision matters. Every touch, every challenge, every reaction. Balogun said he feels like he let millions of people down. The fans in the stadium, the fans watching at home, and especially the young kids who look up to him. That part hurts the most. Because he always wants to be an example. A player who fights hard, but fights smart. And in that moment, he failed to do that. But he says failure is part of football, and sometimes the hardest moments teach you the biggest lessons. He also revealed that after the match, he stayed awake almost the whole night, thinking, watching the replay, trying to understand every second of what happened. He said they will see a different Balogun, a stronger Balogun, a hungrier Balogun, and a player ready to fight for the badge until the very last second. He said he still believes Team USA can do something special in this tournament, and no matter what happens next, he'll be there supporting them, because the dream is still alive. And now, the only thing left is to see if America can keep that dream going. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next big World Cup story.